Hello, everybody. Very good afternoon to you. Another day when we look for opportunities in the market. Good afternoon once again. Thank you very much for joining. I see Gracias there. And of course, Ojux is in the building already. Thank you very much, everybody who has just joined. It's another beautiful day we have. And we have just today and tomorrow for the week. And then we are going to be proceeding into a long weekend because of the Salah holidays coming on Friday and on Monday. So after tomorrow, there will not be any form of live stream until Tuesday next week. A very long holiday or weekend, if you like. And of course, I hope that we take good positions in those stocks that are doing well as usual. Managing risks and of course having a good spread to meet our portfolio investment goals, right? Good afternoon to everyone. And then I have Real Nkwa saying good morning from New York. Thank you very much. Appreciate your presence. Everybody who has just joined, very good afternoon to you. Good morning, depending on where you're calling or you're streaming from or joining from. I hope your stocks are doing well. The once rejected Oando is on a good run this morning, getting maximum and at the moment on full bid right now. So congratulations to anyone who has Oando that has managed to stand in there and watch all of the fluctuations going around that stock. A lot of people have a certain mindset towards that stock, either to exit at the slightest possibility of a profit or just stay on. But guess what? In the end, we will know what is best. Wando is debt reading, but looks like their revenue is growing. How they manage to handle this will determine the long-term future of the company. Those who cannot stomach the ups and downs of a stock like that, you may want to look for a safe exit at the right time, depending on how much you bought your Oando. Right away, I'd like to introduce myself to many others who are joining for the first time. I am your wealth coach with a wealth creation passion to help individuals and organizations build their personal and corporate net worth via investing through the capital markets and the money markets. So if you are interested in growing your money, you are in the right community. We have a community of investors right here in our daily live session, 12 to 2 p.m. Nigerian time, Monday to Friday, except on public holidays. And then, of course, on Discord, it's also free to join us. We are known as Net Worth Investors Club. We are over 2,100 members on Discord, made up of Nigerians in the diaspora in Nigeria and some foreigners. We communicate, exchange ideas, analyze, and share information on corporate developments in the investment world, including foreign stocks. Talking about foreign stocks, NVIDIA officially overtakes Microsoft as the biggest company in the world. Is it Microsoft? So, this is how I intend to begin. Real Nkwa says there will people suffering from withdrawal for the days coach will take days off. What are we going to do? Okay. Particularly this Friday, there's no trading on the floor of the exchange. And on Monday also, there will be no trading on the floor of the NGX due to the Muslim holidays. However, I think that the U.S. market will still be open, but the live session will not be available on those 2 days. And that's why it's good to be on all our platforms, because in those instances, you can be able to still follow up developments of what's going on in the US market via my various other social media handles on Instagram, on Threads, on Twitter, now X, and what have you, even on LinkedIn as well. So you can do your best to follow up developments from all quarters when the live session is not on. right? So bring on your questions. And if you want to join the Net Worth Investors Club, follow me on Instagram. And then, of course, my Instagram handle is at Wealth Coach Omiete. Send me a DM, I'll forward the link to you to join Net Worth Investors Club. And then if you also want to open your brokerage account in Nigeria, doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can do so. Send me a DM on Instagram as well. Also, you can subscribe to my YouTube channels for all our live videos. From the beginning to the end, you are able to go back, refresh. So most of you who missed out on most of the discussions that took place, quite thought-provoking ones at that, including opportunities that still are very much viable. You can go back and watch those videos on my YouTube channel. Just click on the LinkedIn link on my bio. You will see all my social media handles. You can click on the YouTube channel there, subscribe for free, and download or just watch those videos for better investment decision making, okay? All right, now on to your comments and questions. So I'd like you to be very active as always. You know how we do it. Keep tapping your screen severally, because that way you are also being a part of helping to reach out to many others who may need the information we are sharing here. Okay? All right. Thank you very much for the gifts, Atkins. I see you. Thank you very much, Allotted King. You are always sharing the live session. I'm sure by your help, you have been able to bring many more others involved. And of course, heaven reward you for all your efforts. Thank you, Frankfurter. I see you there with the gifts. Appreciate. Please, has Wando submitted its financial report? The price jumped today. Yes, that's what I mentioned in the very first minute of today's live session. Wando has published their financial reports. Revenue is increasing, but if you look very closely, they are still debt reading seriously. And even the auditors are advising that they do capital raise through whatever means. You know, it could be public offer, it could be rights issue, it could be private placement. But Wando seriously needs fresh capital to find a way to balance things out, because their debt continues to increase. And sure, okay, good morning, sir. What's the entry price for livestock and FTN cocoa and Cadbury? Livestock, at least around 9, not more than 9 or under, very close to 9 or under 9 naira. FTN cocoa, my preferred price has always been around 220. It hasn't gotten to that. For your information, it's important that we know the financial health of the companies we are investing in. At the moment, FTN cocoa is more of a 50-50 gamble. That's because I was even going through the financials this morning, and I saw that they are still not making any profits yet. If you take a look at the overview of their finances, net income after revenue of 637 million naira, they are still at a net income which is a loss of 22 billion. And that translates to earnings per share of negative 5 naira 64. So you need to be very careful. We need to see the first quarter results. I don't know if first quarter result of FTN cocoa don't know if their first quarter result is out yet. The loss per share. Okay, FTN cocoa reported a loss after taxation of 575,000 for the first quarter of 2025. And now, this is our attraction to FTN cocoa, that even though they are making losses, you can now see that the loss reduced drastically from the previous first quarter loss after tax of about 8.8 billion naira. So this is how you have to have an idea what you are investing in. You are not expecting an overnight returns like many others. You are investing long-term, hoping that this reduction in their loss-making position improves, and eventually before this financial year runs out, they go into profit. That's the idea about mentioning FTN Cocoa, and that's why I am advocating that you don't rush into such a stock yet. Stay calm and target a very good entry because we still have a long way to go this year. So the loss per share eventually shrank to 15 kobo loss for the first quarter compared to 2 naira 28 kobo loss, right? So all the way from 2 naira 28 kobo loss per share, FTN Cocoa is now making a loss of just 15 kobo. So hopefully from this performance, if it is sustained or even improved upon, I see FTN Cocoa proceeding to becoming profitable in the financial year 2025. So that's the situation with FTN Cocoa. And then for Cadbury just came back from a loss-making position last year, and their first quarter results looking good. Therefore, my preferred entry price based on the share price performance so far this year, I would say go ahead and put in a bid anywhere around 36 and below. Why do I say and below? Because there is still a chance that the stock market might just experience a little bit of downward trend. And if that happens, then of course better for you. And that's why we shouldn't be in too much of a hurry. You see why the information being shared here is so important that even after 1 month from now, you may need it. And that's why we have the YouTube channel where you should always go back to replay those videos and watch them full time. You know, there's a difference between watching real time and now watching it offline at your own pace, because you seem to now concentrate better and you can be able to rewind and really hear about a particular stock per time, right? So that's the situation, and this is something you will keep getting on a daily basis. So to save those who are also in a different time zone where they cannot be able to always meet up comfortably, that's why we have the videos on the YouTube channel. So go ahead, subscribe, it's all free. Help yourself and make the best investment decisions. Good day, coach. Please placing a buy trade for NIDF for 110. Would it trade or should I update? Dali G, you must be a strong and solid bargainer. 110 may not fly at all because it's always closed at 111, even though intraday it never trades at 111. It's always higher. It's either 113 or 115 or 119. So I would advise if you are really interested in buying it today, then your bid should be at least 113. But I commend your choice of pricing, your temperament towards pricing. You are not in a hurry, you are not desperate, and it tells me you will be a very good bargainer. Rachel says, can we still buy Honeywell today at 22 naira? Now it becomes difficult for me to say yes or no, because this was Honeywell that we never thought, people were thinking, will it get to 10 naira? Now it's 22. In fact, it got to 23 today before dropping to 22, because more people are taking profits. And when it jumps this high, there is a tendency for more supplies to come because of those people who bought at 16 and at 12, right? Whereas you may want to wait a bit to see what happens tomorrow, whether it drops to around 20 this time. We just can't really tell anymore what the price will end up at. Just in case it drops below 22, and that is why I'm careful not to trust that you buy immediately, because you want to look out for that pullback to 20, and then you may want to say, okay, that's a safer entry. Otherwise, 18, and anything can happen at any time. And this is why no one can predict the market, and so you can't trust anybody who comes with all 100% certainty about something, especially knowing that nobody is in control, particularly, okay? Lots of individuals and their emotions is what eventually makes their their reactions in the market. Gabby says, Coach, are we supposed to chase dividends ourselves from shares bought through a broker? Example, Aradel. Well, you never can rule out human errors and all of that. So if you haven't received your dividend 2 weeks after, always give it 2 weeks after, then you should start contacting the registrars and maybe talk to your broker to help with the process of reminding the registrars. All right? Okay, good afternoon, Coach. Is Jais a good buy to buy now? If you see Jais around 310, 320 max, that should be okay. But remember, buying Jais means you are going in for the long term. And it means you will not see too much capital gains yet. But anything can just happen. However, the quality is there. At that price, it's still okay. Coach, please, what dividend paying stocks can I buy for my children with 2 million each? Chin on year, that's a good one. You are about to raise millionaires already, and long may this continue far after your time on earth is gone. Perhaps when you clock 100 years plus, depending on how long you want to live. But this is one legacy generations after you will be grateful for. So what stocks can you buy? Dividend paying stocks, 1 million each. Now this makes it easier. 2 million each, sorry. Now this makes it easier for me to really go right in and pick good stocks for you. 2 million each, you're now not, you don't, at this point you don't even bother about it has to be cheap, because you are trying to build little by little. No, you're going to buy 2 sets of stocks, value and growth. Now, amongst the growth stocks, and I like the idea about looking for dividend stocks for them, because with 2 million invested, you may not need too much work to do again in terms of adding. You can just now be compounding the dividends on their behalf. Every time dividend comes in, you used to rebuy the stock, or you used to rebuy another one for each of them. So it will mean investing in the best dividend stocks. At the moment, I can't really decipher which is which because of these price movements that we're experiencing, but I think that you should take position on their behalf in Zenith and First Bank in the banking sector. So maybe you want to allocate 1 million to these 2 banks because they have very good upsides, potentials, and then of course, GT Bank pays twice. Zenith pays twice. First Bank may just begin to pay twice. You never know. So 1 million allocated for those 2, and then another 1 million for the manufacturing, the fast-moving consumer goods. And maybe we should go the way of UAC if we want to trust the balance sheet of the company. Though the dividend payout has not been wonderful, but they are retaining a lot of cash going by what they did with 2024 performance. So you want to add UACN and then TIP. Remember, you are working with growth and value. TIP will offer at least 100,000 TIP. 100,000 TIP. Now, they have time to grow and for the money to also grow, and TIP offers a good chance to give them very handsome growth over a long period, while dividend also improves from there. I think that's the best I can say on the spot. Does ETFs pay dividend? I want my portfolio to be divided into 2, one for stock and another ETFs. There are some ETFs that pays dividend and some don't. Good afternoon, Coach. Grateful for you and for fresh opportunities. Thank you very much, K Banks. Dangsem 450 yesterday. Real guy. Coach, please, can you give us a good Nigerian capital and dividend stocks? Well, I've just mentioned some. If you were listening, that will do. Otherwise, you want to add NIDF. When it comes to dividend, NIDF. My cousin called me this morning from Manchester, and we were discussing. He got interested in NIDF, but was also thinking of Seplat. So we tried to do a comparative analysis amongst the two, because his preference was his love for the quarterly dividend, and they are the only two stocks that pays quarterly dividend. By the way, in that 2 million for your children, sir, I'm trying to set you out back again. In that 2 million for your two children, I suggested, that's Chinonye. I think you should also think of NIDF. NIDF, because the frequency of dividend will help you to continually reinvest for them every quarter. Yeah? Okay. Unless you have other plans to keep rebuying. If you have plans to pump in fresh capital going forward, then you can buy NIDF later. Okay, so we were doing a comparative analysis between the only two stocks that pays dividend 4 times a year, talking about Seplat and NIDF. And by the time he checked through Seplat, they paid 3 cents in the last quarter, and so on and so forth. By the time we checked what it amounted to in Naira and then checked the annual returns, it was clear that NIDF was a mile apart, far apart, regarding the yield from your investment in both companies. So maybe somebody's listening to me and wants to know which is better. For dividend cash flow, it's always NIDF for the 4 times they pay. Good afternoon, Coach, and thanks again for all you do. I still haven't heard from Atlas. It's been over a week now. I sent them WhatsApp messages, no response. Been checking spam, nothing. Okay, that's from Akudo Onido. All right, I'll check through the list of participants today. Atlas had their hands full running around, most accounts being opened, going to and fro CS. I'm trying to check. Maybe they will join us later in the day. If they do, please just stay in touch. Once I cite them, I'll have them join us so we can do this together, okay? I just hope it's not a CS challenge, because when the server is down, and then it creates a lot of backlogs of pending verifications and all that. Been thinking of NVIDIA, don't know when it's a good time to go in. You've been thinking, Dr. Abisoye Ajayi. Why have you been thinking? If you have been following me, just over a month ago in April, we spoke about everybody getting into NVIDIA and so on. During the height of Donald Trump's tariff war, NVIDIA dropped below $100 per share. Dropped to $94 per share. And some people bought. Now, NVIDIA should be $140 something. After they announced their result, which the market is happy about, it only can keep going higher at this point. So if you want to buy NVIDIA, just go in. Don't worry about the fluctuations. It's a long-term play, and it will surely pay you handsomely. Imagine NVIDIA invested $10,000 invested in NVIDIA. Is it 10 years ago? I should think 10 years ago. Do you know it's worth $2.7 million now? $10,000 invested in NVIDIA. $2.7 million now. Jude Moore has just given me the feedback. NVIDIA is now $148 per share. Was 148 yesterday. Sam FX Goat says 141. So I'm within range. I followed the U.S. markets, but I didn't finish. I didn't follow to the end, till it closed. Okay? It can only keep going up. Maybe one fluctuation or the other along the line, but it will just keep going up. First Holdco is rising. What's the advice? Buy more or what? K6R. Well, I've always said First Holdco is very good, right from when it was 20, 23, 24, and it has lingered long enough. So if it's rising now, I'm not surprised. And I'm sure most people must have taken position from when I started talking about First Holdco. Dali G says, I regret selling NVIDIA, which I bought in 2022 when I got into stock market. Really? Tell us, how much did you buy it then? 2022, that's 3 years ago. Good morning, coach. Please, why is it that when the market closes, stock rises, but immediately the market is open, the price goes down? Why, sir? Please, Don Yorimba. Let me see. You said, when the market closes, stock rises, but immediately the market is open, the price goes down. How do you mean? Number one question, what platform are you watching from? In terms of who is your broker? Tell us so we can really get down to the letter. Sometimes the closing price is not what it's being traded intraday. And then if during trading intraday, stock price drops, if you don't realize 100,000 block transaction at once for any of those stocks, they revert back to the previous day's closing price, which is higher than the intraday trading prices. So that could just be where your question is coming from. Please, how comes, okay? Please, Atlas, tell us their withdrawal process. Withdrawal process, very simple. When you land on your login page, the moment that landing page, look through the menu on the left. You will see funds withdrawal. Click on it, a dialog box will appear. Then type how much you want to withdraw, submit withdrawal, that's it. And wait for a few hours for withdrawal, because it's interbank, and it's not automated like real time, and so on. Just the way. Okay, Boyi. I always advise when you make a withdrawal, quickly send a follow-up email. That alerts them quicker. Please, coach, Lasaco has been rising since Monday. What do you advise? When a stock has risen since Monday up till today, which is Wednesday, then that's not when to buy. Otherwise, I can guarantee you, if you buy a stock like that, you are most likely going to suffer initial losses. And then you will have to live with the uncomfortable feeling of watching your stock in red till whenever there is consolidation for it to start another movement, if possible. Please, okay. Coach, is it advisable to buy Danksment with 4 million for dividend and sell later to get Vitafoam? Or money bright? Sometimes it doesn't work exactly as you anticipate. That's where the problem is. You might buy the Dangote cement and then they pay the dividend, it is marked down. By that time, Vitafoam has skyrocketed. But sometimes it works. You just watch what you are aiming for, especially if you are targeting getting into Vitafoam to participate in their own dividend as well. Because Vitafoam will declare dividend and pay also. It hasn't been done. So I'm just trying to check. The most recent dividend payment date for Vitafoam Nigeria was March 7, 2024. Okay. So just trying to see. Vitafoam had actually paid dividend in March. So you are only investing in Vitafoam for the future, and which means you want to enter Vitafoam before the second quarter result is out. How about if you get into Dangote Cement and it flies so high, you want to remain there as well? So the ball is in your court. If you really, really need Vitafoam, but you want to participate in Dangote Cement, now I'm getting your point. You want to participate in Dangote Cement's dividend and then still come back for Vitafoam. That's not bad. It's okay. Hoping that Vitafoam doesn't go too far. Dividend is actually sweet, and as much as possible, grab it. Good afternoon, coach. Is Charms a good buy now? I'm new to the system. Well, Charms has always been a good buy, but you may want to place a bid at 220, even though it's hovering around 230 now. Good day, coach. Kindly recommend a good entry price for Vitafoam today. Victoria Sanwo. Let's see. It was selling at 56. Let's see what it is at the moment. I've been logged out for talking too much and not touching the system, so I've got to log out properly and re-log in so we can go and check what the situation is with Vitafoam. Looks like there is interest in Vitafoam. Currently 56 naira 25 kobo. 2 million bids versus 817,000 offers. So I think 56 is not a bad price, especially if you want to buy it immediately. 56, there are already 259,000 bids at 56 and above. So hopefully you are able to buy before market closes today at 56. Or you stand by to watch. But if you put in your bid early enough, you'll be on the queue ahead of any other person who bids at the same price. Good afternoon, coach. What is your take on May and Baker? Sydney Ebuka. May and Baker has enjoyed a good run in terms of its price. And if you ask me regarding the state of the company, I can tell you May and Baker is in perfect health. It's been run very well, and their finances are very okay. The only problem they have is they pay little dividends. And that may just start improving though, especially when there is enough attention on the stock going forward. Okay, so May and Baker, and remember, because most of the foreign pharmaceutical companies have left, the Nigerian pharmaceutical companies are now having a field day, you know, and they will continue to improve in terms of their results. So May and Baker can only get better. I remember when we were in WhatsApp 3 years ago, I know I kept talking about May and Baker at 5 naira per share. So now we are talking about 12, 11, and so on, which is good, but it's been a very slow growth. And some stocks are like that, and then along the line, they will now shoot up, you know. So that's the case with May and Baker. Obiajulu Emmanuel says, and you can't change the account number there. Okay, you're coming from somewhere else. Maybe I'll see what you're talking about later. Coach, I'm trying to buy gold on a foreign broker from $3,365 to $3,450. Yeah, surprisingly, gold has hit all-time highs this year, and that is not unconnected with the fact that the U.S. market is always in a struggle. So the more you see the U.S. stock market struggle, the more gold goes higher. I like you to, they have an inverse relationship that you need to master. The reason why gold rose so high is because when the stock market was crashing, everybody usually is looking for a safer haven, and then they run to gold. And then, of course, historically, gold continues to increase or appreciate in value. It is normal, and it has continued in that trend. I remember when gold was $500 an ounce. That should be around 1990 or so. So if you watch the historical trend of gold, it's always like this, but it's a very slow process. So from 500, we're talking about 3,000. It got to 3,500 plus when it hit the all-time high this year. So that will continue to happen. For instance, one time we heard that China was discussing with America on tariff negotiations. The next thing we have heard now, in the last 2 days, is that that discussion has ended up not being cordial. And so the market will dip. And every time that panic happens in the market, gold goes up. So if you understand this, then you know you can enjoy. If you check very well now, go to your charts, your gold charts, and check in 2019, 2020, you would have noticed gold would have spiked that time. I didn't check that time now, but because of what I'm telling you about the inverse relationship between the stock market and gold, it's almost like the money market and the stock market. Every time interest rate increases, when the Federal Reserve or the CBN raises interest rates, the stock market loses because institutional investors run to the money market for a safer haven. And then when interest rates begins to drop, the stock market benefits. So over in Nigeria right now, you can see how interest rates is dropping gradually from the long-term and short-term bonds. FGN savings bond, as we can see, that is on this week and we close tomorrow, has 16 for the 2 years and 17 for the 3-year bonds. But those who subscribed previous months were subscribing 17 for the 2 years and 18 for the 3 years, right? And then even the Sukuk bond that was just concluded, the interest rate was 19.75%. Now, yesterday, I received Sukuk bond that I've invested in for going to 4 years or so now. That particular Sukuk bond was at 25%. But the most recently concluded Sukuk bond that was 700% plus, about 733% oversubscribed, was issued at 19.75%. So the more the money market interest rate is dropping, money moves from the money market to the stock market. So that's why I am not surprised with what I saw in the month of March. Was it April compared to February? I mean, compared to March. There was a huge exit of foreign portfolio investment out of the Nigerian market. Yet the stock market didn't collapse. Ordinarily, that should collapse the stock market because a lot of stocks were sold and money taken out of the market. Foreign portfolio investors who are foreigners and foreign companies that invest in the Nigerian market pulled out a whole lot of money compared to in March, but the Nigerian market just kept going, okay? So that's about that. What's a good price to go in on tip? Louisa Oge, good price to go in on tip should be around 620, 610. In fact, 610. Let's see. I saw it trade at 6 today before later on more bids came in. And then it went up. Currently 650, but the highest bid is still at 614. You know, you can see that there are 3 million bids versus 849,000 offers for tip, but the bidders are not in a hurry. Very patient bidders. You can imagine the lowest offer is 6 naira 50 kobo, yet the highest bid is still at 614. So they are very patient. They know there is nothing to rush about. They are just relaxed, waiting for anybody who seriously needs to sell. And I've seen them sell down to 6 naira this morning. So it will just continue like that. Sometimes it could break below 6 and so on. So this is tip struggling to cement a solid support above 6. But the struggle will really be tough because there's nothing else to look forward to until next month, towards the middle or towards the end of next month. So it's a patience game, and we'll continue to stay patient over that. Sir, as a young man trying to invest in shares, what shares do you advise to buy? It will depend on how much, no matter how young you are. A lot of times, starting small is good because it helps you to develop the discipline you need when much more money comes into your hand. It also helps you to overcome the influence that money has on humans, because in the course of starting small, the fact you are able to gather the little you have to put into investments, you've started killing that thing that is naturally in humans to just spend, spend, spend. And then you develop control over money, and money doesn't control you. So, going by your question, what stock to invest in? Patiently pick a few stocks here and there in the banking sector, like Fidelity Bank. Fidelity is good to buy now. I remember when Fidelity was 2 naira 50 kobo. These things are just amazing. 2 naira 50 kobo. Now we are talking about 19 naira per share. All right. So you want to get Fidelity Bank, get some penny stocks, and then but don't go all penny alone. That was how I was scared of buying when I started 27 years ago. And Nestle was selling for 9 naira per share, and then I was not interested because to me it was expensive. And then I was asking the question, what do they even do? Nestle, they do Maggie Cube and some milk and all those things. 9 naira for what? And I was looking for cheap stocks, 1 naira and so on. Well, Nestle is now 1,400 naira per share, and they've given bonuses severally. I made a post on Twitter, and somebody came and said, what about the 100,000 invested that time, the 100,000 of that time? I didn't say 100,000 invested that time. You know, they always come with, if you invested 100,000 that time, the 100,000 value of naira value of that time compared to the dollar is not. I say, look, you always come with this theory that has severally been defeated by the stock market. But because you do not know anything about the stock market, you just see things on face value and then use theoretical knowledge to express yourself, and maybe you feel great. The point is, a lot of people do analysis without practical knowledge, and that's why I don't like theory. I don't like theory. So the point now is, when they speak like that, they don't know. So they are talking from a point of ignorance because they have no idea how much dividends have been accumulated between that time and now, and how much bonus shares Nestle was dishing out bonuses. Those days were the days of bonuses, when even banks were giving bonuses left, right, and center. Not now. Now everybody is careful. So when you see one bonus, you are excited. Before, it was more like almost competitive. Everywhere there were bonus shares given. So you could just buy a stock and hold, and then more than double what you initially bought has come to you as bonus added to what you have. And then you check it out against today's price and check your dollar. Every time they talk of dollar, they also don't know that even the dollar has lost value between that time and now. So Fidelity was just 2 naira 50 kobo, and then struggling with FCMB about the same price. Then they got to 4 naira and so on and so forth. And today, the difference is clear because Fidelity decided that they will create better value for shareholders. Rachel says, Coach, please, between TIP and Zenith, which can I buy? It depends on what your plan is. You may want to buy Zenith and later come back for TIP because you are not investing once and for all, are you? Good afternoon, Coach. Is it a good time for entry to Zenith? Well, the good time I mentioned was when Zenith was 46, and I kept saying it over and over. In any case, Zenith at 48 and under is still good to buy. Hello, Coach. I have 90,000 units of NACO. Do you advise I sell some to buy UBA shares, sir? Fayan Juola Bosse. I hope I didn't murder your name. My advice is you hold that 90,000 NACO. Do you know what? NACO just established a packaging unit, and it's looking great. That business is about to blow. Please keep your NACO. Look for fresh funds if you must buy UBA, and thank me later. Good morning, sir. I have Geregu shares and Seplat Energy. Should I sell and buy TIP or Vitafoam? The problem is those stocks are very difficult to sell. But if you can sell anyone, let it be Geregu Power. Then you can go ahead and buy either of TIP or NACO. You can wait for tip. Vitafoam. You can buy Vitafoam and then wait for tip. Lily One's Interior says, still throwing punch with Fidelity at 1802. Let's see who wins. Okay. For Fidelity, I thought yesterday it sold lower than 1802. What happened to you? Just after we finished speaking, I saw that it dropped below 1802, got to 18. I don't know, but today now, we're seeing it at 1910. 13 million bids versus 31 million offers. Stay patient, but I thought you would have been sold to yesterday. I'm really surprised right now. Please, which is the best platform to invest on? I don't know which is the best, but I enjoy using Atlas portfolios. Coach, can we buy UBA and at what entry price? Well, at this point, when Tony Elumelu has bought UBA at 34 with billions of naira, anything 34 and below is fine. Coach, please, can I have the same stock with different brokers? Absolutely. Away, Frank, you can. Dr. Abisoye Ajayi at World Coach, that Seplat pays 4.6 per year, which outprices the stock, except I'm wrong. I think you are mixing it up there. It's not $4 they pay 4 cents. And it's not per year, it's per quarter. I think they paid 4.6 cents, not $4.6. So your curiosity is very correct. Okay. Dr. Abisoye says she wasn't following me then. She joined mid-May. All right. Don Yorimba. All right. I can see why you are watching. You are using Bamboo. Bamboo gives you delayed data of the previous day's closing price. So every time it's trading less than the previous day's closing price, you won't know. You will just go ahead and buy at the previous day's price, which is higher than the intraday price. Please, Atlas should link our accounts to that Wema Bank account that allows you credit real time. It will be good. Okay, I'll check on them and see if they are in today's live session. Please, Coach, is it advisable to sell part of my NACO to take position in UBA? I've responded to that. God Crown says, I'm not hearing you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear me, please say yes, yes, yes. Please, if you can hear me, say yes, yes, yes. Somebody says it's not hearing me. Odua Rita says, what price is good to buy NACO? I think NACO is now trading around 77. Anything less than 77s or 77 is okay for NACO. Let's see. NACO is at 78 now. But I think 77 is a practically okay price. Though they will need to sell to over 100,000 bids or quantity before you can buy. But it traded at 77 up till yesterday. So there is a possibility that you can, that's a good price. 77 is a good price. Thank you very much for your responses, I can see. So Coach, please, which app should I use? Forget about apps if you want to trade real time. Download, send me a DM to send you the link to open your Atlas account. The reason there is only one, okay? There's only one says, what's your take on Academy Press, University Press, and UPDC REIT? Those are penny stocks, but the presses are doing well most recently. I've not taken a good look at their financials, but they seem to be doing well, just that you need to find a good entry price for each one of them. And then, of course, the REIT, UPDC REIT, you will have to be patient, invest slowly, and then watch it grow. So if you want to buy UPDC REIT, my advice is buy under 6. So 590, 585, that's a good entry. But that will take some time because It's currently trading at 6 and above. Last Born says, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Last Born. Sir Wisdom says, please, coach, recommend foreign stock I can buy with $500. You are going to go in long term. Buy MRX and AMSC. MRX and AMSE. Good afternoon, Coach. Owando is on full bid. Is there something we are missing? Well, the financial report was finally released, and maybe the market is excited and happy with the revenue improvement in the revenue generation. But for very, very inquisitive investors who want to know it all, their debt profile is not helping the balance sheet. So basically, it's the improved revenue result that has been released that is causing Owando to suddenly be on full bid. Quality human hair, wigs, and more. I hope you got that. Good afternoon, Coach. What stock can I buy today aside Charms, T, Fidelity, and Zenith, sir? Go ahead and buy Cadbury 36, Vitafoam 56. Do not forget NASCON. Okay, NASCON may be high now, but Dangote Sugar 30 is currently 39. Though my best entry is 36, but maybe you find it at 37, 38. It's okay. Hello, Coach. Is there any very good foreign stock suggestion with a very good entry price now? Chuxi Nurse, I would say very good. If you do not have Alphabet, you can get Alphabet. Right? Alphabet. Maybe NVIDIA, but it's difficult for me to mention it now since most of us bought at $94, below $100, and even 110 maybe, because it's now 140 plus. Very good. Then there are some MXR. I think you should get that for the long term. Some stocks have really surprised me. Maybe I should talk about them. It's really interesting to see how far these stocks have gone since after I put them on my watch list. Two of them particularly, I will never forget. CVNA, those who followed us on Instagram, on WhatsApp. I started talking about CVNA when it was $40-something. Then it got to $100 and something. Then it got to $200. And some of my posts on Instagram, you could still find where I said, it looks like CVNA is trying to pursue its all-time high set many years back. Guess what? CVNA, as we speak now, suddenly is right there, 300 and something. Maybe I will do a little post about it, and let's see on those Twitter and Instagram, CVNA catapulted to $300 plus. Look at that, $340. A stock I was watching from $40-something. And I actually mentioned, in fact, somebody bought at 40-something and was excited to inform us when we were on WhatsApp that it's now at about $80-something. Look at that same stock, 340 today. I will still go and check. I think it was in November I mentioned that this stock is now 200 and something. It just touched 200 then, 205 or so. And I was saying, is it really trying to retrace its way, to find its way up to the all-time high of 300 and something set many years ago? It is looking like that. After I made that post, it dropped from the 205 or so back to 190 something or thereabouts. But this is where we are today, 340. This stock and the other one called Dave, I will never forget them. As for Dave even ran faster than CVNA right now, because as at that time I said, I had a watch list where I said these chart patterns for these stocks could be the next. Now I have a watch list I called the probable next CVNA. That's what I called them. And Dave was there. This Dave was around $40 something last year. Let's take a look at the charts. 1 year ago, that's it. Look at it. Look at that. Today is what? Today is 4th of June. Okay, let's go to 4th. 4th June, $34. Can you see that? To tell you, I still remember very well. I just mentioned 40 something, but look at it. As at 4th of June last year, Dave, D-A-V-E, was selling for $34.96, exactly 1 year ago. Now, how much is it? $210 per share. $210 per share. That is a whopping 372% gain in 1 year in US dollars. These are the potentials before your very eyes. Okay, so now, the other stock I was talking about, I mentioned it here, that I think if you give it time, it doesn't take anything to buy a stock and just leave it there. This type of recommendations, this is what I do with them. I've mentioned it here before. It's still around where it was, 40 something, when I mentioned it a week or two ago. MXG, is it MXG? Just give me a moment. I'll search it out now. Where is that stock? The fundamentals are okay. Everything is good. The chart pattern is still telling me this could be another Dave, maybe. Just as I had Dave. And I mentioned, and I was, just hold on a minute. It is worth the wait, people. Just a minute. I'm trying to collapse my watch list because they are in various categories, okay? So you can be able to tell which is which. I want to be able to go straight to the point and identify the one I'm talking about right now. Just a moment, right. That's it. MRX. It hasn't shown the potentials in terms of capital gains yet, but it could just perform again in the next 1 year. Sometimes you buy stocks like this and relax. Marex Group PLC. Yesterday, $42.60. Now, in the last 1 month, it has lost 4%, but in the last 6 months, 38% gained. In the last year to date, 1 year gain. I mean, from January till date, all right, year to date, 35%. It was selling for $32 per share as at 2nd of January, and now it's 42. Now, 1 year, it's already done 100% in 1 year, that's it. 1 year ago, at exactly, on exactly 4th of June last year, was selling for $18 per share, right? Currently, it's now $42 per share, making a 106% gain. The fundamentals are great, and the prospect is there to keep going up for anybody who can just buy and dump. Most of you remember what you were doing 1 year ago. Just buy and dump. This one, don't bother. I've checked through, even when a lot of stocks fluctuated in April, for example. In April, it dropped to just 34. When others were nosediving, even Nvidia dropped to 94. This one, the lowest it got to during the height of that collapse was 34. So it's looking like the volatility is not too much, and that is a sign of safety. In technical analysis and company valuation terms, the beta means the beta is less than 1. When the beta is less than 1, it means the volatility is low. So there is some level of safety as well. Don't miss this stock. It has not flown beyond your reach. It has just done 30-something% since January, but you can see that it's a stock that can withstand market volatility. Dali G says, I bought NVIDIA for 124 before they did the split. I also bought Meta for 124, HIMS at 629. Interesting stuff. You've really benefited from the US market, especially if you add patience to what you have done. Coach, what's the best position for Wema today? Well, at this point, with the way Wema is behaving, I see value under 13. Let's see how much it is at the moment. Wema is at 1335. 4 million offers, 1.9 million bids. It is possible to buy Wema at 13 or 1305. Right? Very possible to buy Wema at 13 or 1305. VOO Square, I hope you got that. Now, thank you very much, Olori Kaz. I see your gift there. Okay. All right, I have a caller. Yomi is standing by. Maybe he's been standing by for a long time. Sorry about that. Just realized. I think I've spoken a lot. So let's hear Yomi.
Good morning, Coach.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Oh, well, good afternoon, Nigeria. Good morning from Philadelphia.
Thank you very much. Go ahead,
how are
sir.
You? Yeah, how are you doing today?
Absolutely fantastic, especially knowing I received my Sukuk Bond coupon yesterday.
That's very good. I'm calling you because I'm sure you recommended Atlas, and I thank you so much anyway, because initially my account took some time, but eventually it was open and they got my CFCF, and I've started putting some money there. Now, my problem is how to navigate their platform. I put in some orders on mandate since I think since Monday, and so far it's not been executed. So what's the difference between going on mandate and putting a direct order? I just want to know how to navigate their platform. Do you have an idea?
First of all, there is I have a video on how to navigate their platform, and a longer video having Atlas. And then the other one is Morgan Capital, 15 minutes videos for buy and sell transactions you can do. Because both platforms are similar, you can actually go through the shorter video to quickly understand how to buy and sell.
Yes.
All right. That's by the way. But one of the key reasons why I recommend Atlas is so that the process is straightforward. So you don't go through the mandate procedures of putting in a bid and waiting, unless you decide to bargain. At that point, you can now go with limit price. So how you got to mandate order, I don't know, but there are two ways to trade on the platform. One, going by limit price, meaning you insist on a particular price you want, you impute that price and quantity, and then you place your bid. Two, you go with market limit, meaning whatever is obtainable in the market,
let the stock just buy, and then you go
Okay.
ahead. Or you match buy, meaning you've seen a bid, an offer at the price you are comfortable with, and you want to just go ahead. You right click on that bid, on that offer, then the transaction dialog box will pop up, and you put in the quantity. If the quantity is too much that is on offer, you put in your own quantity that you want and submit, and it buys instantly.
Yep. Okay.
I wish I can do an illustration via video, but it's very difficult to do so, because I'll be using my personal account and
Yeah.
I want to buy or sell.
Okay.
So that's why the video on my YouTube channel is there. If the Atlas video is too long, because
Yep.
that's a more elaborate something, just go through how to invest, how to buy and sell Nigerian stocks using Morgan Capital platform. You will see that it's exactly the same platform with Atlas. So
Okay.
that's just 15 minutes, you should be through.
You say these are on YouTube.
Say again?
They are on YouTube. These videos are on YouTube.
Yes, sir. On my YouTube
Okay.
channel. Just
On YouTube channel. Okay.
on my YouTube
I'll check it
channel.
out. Well, so the last question, yeah, my last question is this: can I cancel the mandate now? And cancel what I put on mandate so that I can redo it.
Yes, please. I think you can.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you so much, and you have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Yomi. Enjoy your day.
Right, thanks.
All right. Please, is Tantalizer a goodbye? Morexo. I'm sorry, I do not recommend Tantalizers at this point if you ask me based on their performance. All we hear is news about what they intend to do. And it's understandable because it will take time to implement what they are doing for it to materialize. Unless you want to buy and hold for the long term and hope that whatever they are doing translates into something good that the market will eventually appreciate. For me, why should I just keep hoping? That's the situation with Tantalizers, Ella Lakes. Currently, Wando is in that same situation, trying to bail itself out of the Hopeville situation. And some other stocks, like all these other penny stocks that are trying to rise, talking about ABC Transport, where are these stocks? I want results. I don't want hope anymore. Okay? Coach, do you what? Chook, I didn't get your point, but it looks like you're asking about MRX. It's MRX, Marex Group PLC. Current price of 42 is not bad. If you can bargain less than that and be able to buy below 42, that's okay. But don't stand by and watch it fly away. Just like ACMR. ACMR will not just jump, boom. No, it will just take its time. I've seen it come down from the 23, 25, came down to 22, it's back to 23. That's how it will keep dancing until it gets there. So sometimes you buffer your portfolio. I'm talking about the foreign portfolios now. You buffer them with these names. These, I will still call them value stocks, not growth stocks. These names that is not, is going to be running under the radar. While everybody is focusing on Nvidia, Tesla, Google, Apple, you are just riding. Just imagine Dave. Dave. It's even a man's name like David. Dave. Dave has moved from whatever it was, 30 something dollars, to 200 plus right now. And it is not looking like it will stop. So if you find Dave below 200, that's a good price. I also told us about MSTR the other day. MSTR, I told us how they were facing charges of whatever it is. I think there was a lawsuit against them, and the stock price dropped from 400 down to 300 and something, 360 something or thereabouts. Guess what? MSTR has bounced back up, though not up to 400, but it will surely go back above 400. MSTR is now how much? MicroStrategy Incorporated It's now how much? Let's see, 387. Yesterday it gained $15 per share, just yesterday. It's now 387. I know it dropped to 360 something while we were speaking. Now it's coming from a drop above 400. It will eventually retrace and go back above 400. That's another one for the long-term future. Then there's also, which other one now? I'm trying to recall. It dropped in my mind before I went to the screen, but I've forgotten. All because I'm not looking at my... Okay, I bought some MRX and ADMA last week when you said it. Okay, that's great. Let's see. ADMA. Oh yes, ADMA. I remember mentioning ADMA as well. There are so many under the radar stocks that will give you serious money over a period. Just stay in there while also dancing around the big names. All right? Hi coach, which one is the best app to use to trade directly? You guys like app too much. And app continues to delay data. I don't use app and I don't recommend apps. I use real-time transmission. If you want real-time best performance, then it has to be this Atlas. Akudo Onido says, yes, MSTR is a good deal. Michael Saylor's Bitcoin treasury strategy is a masterpiece. You are on point with that. Thank you very much, Akudo. Your contribution is highly valued. Coach, what's your thought on CWG? For me, buy CWG every time you see it under 9 naira. Neat. And stay put. Coach, you said Ella Lakes isn't a good buy at the moment. I have said it over and over. It is a hope situation. We are just hoping that the market, the business will blossom, and then it will now translate to the kind of figures I want to see on their report sheet. At the moment, it is not. So it's a hope stock, like every other hope stock. You know, these things come in various gravies. Yes, some are performing, you can see, and you are buying. Some are not. We are just hoping that things pan out the way we think. And a lot of times you can be rewarded because after waiting for so long, things can turn around. And what you bought 3 naira, 4 naira can just become a 10 naira stock. That's the situation with Ella Lakes. They are not profitable yet. We are still looking for revenue, okay? So you need to know the truth, no matter how interesting a company sounds. If you run away from the truth, then be ready for surprises. But when you know this information, we're not saying don't invest, but your expectations are not over the roof and unrealistic. You can now know, okay, I need more time for things to materialize. Because you may be there talking about like the way Vitaform has behaved was abandoned for poor performances, but things began to improve towards the end of last year, and I started talking about it. 23, 24, 25 naira. Now it's 56 and people are still buying because of what has been printed out. Yeah. So, which Nigerian stock is a good buy as of now? Morex, you are coming more than 1 hour after, and we've spoken a lot about it. This is why the video of every day's live session is on my YouTube channel. If you are here, you need to subscribe to my YouTube channel for free and go ahead and replay most of these things so that I don't keep sounding like a broken record and miss out on other pending questions. Do I have a caller? By the way, let me check. Yes, I do. Oh, Morex is the one even standing by on call. All right. What's moving First Hold Co? Well, the hope that things will improve, just like Femi Otedola has promised. He has promised that we will be enjoying some better dividends because he did not invest 300 billion into First Bank
just to receive 60 kobo per share dividend. So hope is what we are hoping for. But that hope is much more realistic because a lot of tidying up is going on in First Bank. They blocked more
polls and things are looking pretty better than it used to be. So let's see how it goes. What's your YouTube channel called, Coach? Search for me at Wealth Coach Omiete, the same handle here, or follow the link tree. There's a link tree link on my bio. Click on that link tree. You will see the social media handles, and then click on the YouTube and go straight in there. Subscribe free so that you keep getting updated every time new information is shared. Frankfurter says, what app to use to buy foreign stocks? I guess if you are in Nigeria, I think Optimus by AfriInvest has been the most recommended so far. But you're going to be faced with some challenges of not seeing some of the stocks that are being mentioned. That's the problem. Yeah, now I'll give you an instance. Aleshinloye Lekon says, Optimus app does not give real-time data. So the way you're going to go about Optimus is this. Download Yahoo Finance and then have your Optimus. Yahoo Finance will give you real-time data with which you can now work with to place your limit price. That's the way to go about it. So you don't overprice the stock and you don't get lost when the price is jumping and you are seeing something lower. So download Yahoo Finance and then use it to check real-time price before you place your bid on Optimus and so on. Vivian, your money sis, says bamboo is also not bad if in Nigeria. Yes, I agree with you. You can also use bamboo for foreign stocks, but always check for real-time price using your Yahoo Finance app. Okay? If you are not following me, you are losing money. And most of the people here can attest to that. Because I give you real-time, practical money-making opportunities and ideas, and you go there to make your money. Most people have received their dividends and they are rebuying. Because some people wondered, how do you keep buying stocks? Well, we keep receiving dividend left, right, and center. Like I said, yesterday I received my Sukuk Bond 2032 coupon. I wasn't even thinking about it because I've not recovered from all the dividend rain that has been dropping from all these stocks we keep talking about here. And then that one also dropped yesterday. So money everywhere. And what do we know to do with money? We keep investing, we stay invested, and then of course, we keep growing. If Tony Elumelu will pump in billions into the same UBA that has announced him to the whole world, how much more you and I? We have nowhere else to go. We don't know how to struggle and fight for money. It doesn't make sense, right? We just go out there and do the simplest things and let money do the rest. All the hard work, the money does it while I have time. That's why I can come here, sit down, talk to you every day. No boss anywhere shouting on me and telling me how I need to cover one branch or the other of whatever is going on. And there is still some family businesses that are running. But here I am, sent to a generation of wealth builders. That's what you are. I'm not, you will so make it because you have stayed, you have followed, you have even followed instructions. Why won't you get results? Somebody from Finland who invested in Aradel. Just 2 weeks ago, he invested in Aradel, and then he got dividend. He was amazed. Just like that. I say, yes, this is the final dividend for 2024. You didn't need to have the stock since 2024. Even if it's for 2024 result, the fact that you bought before the qualification date, there you are. That's your dividend, 22 Naira per share dividend. So then get set. If you just received your Aradel dividend, get set. September, October again, you are receiving another one. It's called interim dividend. That's the way we roll. No sweating, no struggle. What others kill to get, you get it as simply as possible. Vivian says, I'm also in Europe, but I can't sleep on Nigeria stock. So I'm telling you, my dear sister, a lot is happening in Nigeria that people do not know. You know, I was speaking to the Swedish community the other day, Nigerians in diaspora, Sweden branch, and I was telling them most of the argument about converting foreign exchange to Naira to invest in Nigeria because of devaluation and all that, let me kill that thought now. And I gave an instance of converting $5,000 5 years ago to Naira to invest in some of these companies. NACO was one of them. If you converted $5,000 to invest in NACO, by now, that investment should be worth about $50-something thousand. So imagine you held your $5,000 5 years ago and you were wondering, may I not put it into Naira? And I'm telling you the truth, I broke it down, they were shocked. Because exchange rate then, 5 years ago, the highest band was 480. Exchange was between, is it 480, 380, 350 and 480 or something like that. 350 and 380. Let's say 480. You exchange 5 years ago and then you come back after investing in a stock like NACO, or is it Presco, or is it whichever of these companies we have been talking about, and then you sell now and exchange at $1,600, I mean 1,600 Naira per dollar now, you are getting $50-something thousand. Oh, really? Says we should invite you to Poland, though I'm also in Nigerians in Diaspora Poland branch. Well, if you are actively involved and you have a rapport with the ESCO there, not bad at all. Nigerians are missing out a lot. Can I tell you this? Even the safest investment, in case they are scared, oh, stocks this, stocks that. By the way, the collapse of the Naira against the dollar was due to one policy, government policy that happened once and for all. That was the unification of the foreign exchange market. That was what saw the Naira crash against the dollar. And it doesn't happen regularly. Ordinarily, the Naira does not crash overnight the way we experienced it in the last 2 years. And that has ended. So people need to stop being so scared, right? In any case, as we speak now, there are several more opportunities. Can you imagine the Sukuk bond that was just concluded, 19.75%? There is no bond or fixed deposit account or savings account abroad that gives you more than between 3 to 5%. So what are we talking about? 19.75%. Government decided that they were going to raise about 300 billion Naira for that Sukuk bond that just ended last month. And then by the time the data for subscription came out, there were about, that bond was oversubscribed to the tune of 733%. That is more than 7 times the money government wanted was brought by investors. Say take, because basically investing in bonds means lending to the government for a period while receiving interest in the form of coupons. At the end of the tenure of the bond, your capital comes to you. Safest ever. People have bombarded the government, 733% oversubscribed. So many people are going to receive their money back. 19.75% is not a joke. It's here we play with it. Abroad, it's not a joke because you literally don't do nothing. The money just keeps coming. Every 6 months, half of that annual interest drops in your account. So that's what we are faced with. And we must take advantage of these things. Having worked hard abroad, you know you're not going to keep working the rest of your life. You can be in your 30s or in your 40s now. You will eventually approach 50, 55. After that, what happens to you? Because you are now becoming unemployable. And then when you get to that point when you have to retire from work, what becomes of the remaining 30 years of your life? Not 30 days. This reality we must tell ourselves, otherwise it will come to us like a thief in the night, and then we can't walk. Will you now revert to depending on your children to survive you? By the way, the orientation of children of these days is completely different from ours. We had a completely different orientation where we always want to look after our parents. Now, society has so influenced them, they are independent and they don't care. So it would be a wrong plan to think your children will now take care of you, whereas you have the chance to build a solid post-retirement fortress for yourself. Yeah? When you get older, it becomes even more expensive to stay healthy. You want to eat healthy? Healthy food is expensive. Healthy supplements, health supplements, expensive. Now, if whatever illness or ailment somebody experiences in their older age, it is expensive to fund. That's why you need money. You need money in your older age much more than you need money now. So wisdom is planting now that you can walk, so that money now works for you when you can't walk. In any case, I am practicing what I am preaching already because it has helped me to be able to live, work, and do what I love. And it's possible for everybody. But nobody is sticking their neck out and their time out to really tell fellow Nigerians about these things. That's what we're enjoying in this community. If you are just joining, I'd like to let you know, if you are not following me, you are losing money. If you want to try it, follow me and watch what happens to you. And by the way, we are approaching we are now in the 6th month of the year. By the end of this month, we should be able to check how well we are faring between the 1st of January up till the end of June. That's halfway into the year. How have I fared in terms of my personal net worth that I'm trying to build? That's what we're all about. So when we look at these things and tell you this stock is doing this stock is doing that, buy this one, hold on for this one, get your dividend, reinvest it, compound, and so on. It is so that your net worth is being built, because that is what will take care of you tomorrow. The money you save today is the money that will save you tomorrow. Please give us, the newbie, a fresh info on how to go along with buying shares. That's coming from, is that Semblo or Semblock? And then Life of Ndidi says, will you teach newbies? All right, let me do a quick one for newbies. If you are just joining, congratulations that you even have an interest in what you are not used to. Is enough sign for me that maybe you have a future in the market. Buying stocks is like buying a part of a company. Actually, it's not like it, it is it. I'll give you an instance. Unlike Bitcoin, that is a digital asset that you can't see, unlike commodities trading that you still can't see and feel, when you invest in stocks, you are buying a part of the company. And I like to always illustrate using the pizza example. Let me do this. Assume this is a box of pizza. Yourself and 3 of your friends, 4 of you decide to buy this box of pizza. And 1 box of pizza costs about 8,000 naira. What that means is 4 of you will share the cost, which is 2,000 naira each. So you bring 2,000, your friend brings 2,000, The others bring 2,000 naira. There you go. You have 8,000 naira to buy the box of pizza. When the pizza arrives, what do? You divide it into 4 equal parts, right? One part is 1/4, which is worth 2,000, which you contributed. So this part becomes yours. I'm shading yours for you. So as the pizza comes, you grab and share and take out your own. Now, that box of pizza actually is made up of condiments and ingredients and what have you. And every part of that pizza has every ingredient on it. So what happens? Whatever is in the main pizza, you have it on your portion. When you buy company shares, you have taken a portion of it. When the company stock increases from 5 naira you bought it to 8 naira, you have gained 3 naira per share based on how many shares you bought. When the company declares dividend, it is per share. So they declare, for instance, Aradel declared 22 naira final dividend per share. It means if you have 1,000 shares of Aradel, it's 22 times 1,000, which is 22,000. If you have 100,000 shares of Aradel, it will be 22 naira times 100,000, which is 2.2 million naira. So based on the quantity of shares you have, whatever is happening with that stock is what you get. And your dividend is paid into your bank account. Now, some companies pay dividend 4 times a year, some 2 times, some once. So the idea is every time you are buying a stock, you are looking at making money from 2 ways. Capital gains, the stock price moving from 10 naira to 15 naira, you have gained 5 naira on top of the 10 naira you bought it, or dividend payments. And over a long period, you end up receiving much more than you invested at the beginning from dividends that you have earned. So by the time you buy stocks all over the place, good companies, your net worth is growing, the capital you used to invest is growing, and you're also receiving dividend income. This is how we make money work for us. And you don't have to be an accounting graduate, a banking and finance graduate, or what have you. All you need is a desire. Then a community like this will support you with the necessary know-how to get involved. To open your brokerage account, follow me on Instagram at Wealth Coach Omiete. That's it. Send me a DM and then I would send you a link to open your brokerage account. Nobody is asking you to bring money for them to invest for you. No. We have Net Worth Investors Club. It's made up of over 2,100 members now, Nigerians in the diaspora, Nigerians in Nigeria, and some foreigners, because we also deal with foreign stocks. It's a do-it-yourself club. Everybody open your account by yourself. Ask your questions openly in the group. Nobody corners you to bring money, right? And then you just see yourself growing in knowledge. Join this Net Worth Investors Club, daily live session like this, every day, 12 noon to 2 p.m. Nigerian time. Because the market is a dynamic place. Things are happening, opportunities arise from time to time. So every day when we come here, we discuss these things, analyze together, go out there, do it in our portfolios, and make money for ourselves. So that's basically it for everyone who is just joining as a newbie. If you are not following me, you are losing money. And you will realize this maybe 3 months after you join. Thank you very much. I hope that explains a lot of the questions that you have as a newbie. But coach, I have DM Atlas Portfolio for more than a week now, no response. OJ, it's good you are here. Allowed to check again to see if Atlas, they've been busy, their hands are full. Let's see how it goes. Trying to check if they are on the queue. I can only do my best. And then, of course, the brokers will do the rest. They seem to be the only ones who have tried to show interest to the extent they even join our live sessions. But it's been a very difficult week, especially when you need to, or they need to also interface with CSCS. And if CSCS system breaks down, then there's nothing they can do. Please, what share can I buy for as low as 500K? Oba South, you can't call 500K low. 500K, I hope it's for long term. Then you go in there and pick up some UAC at 33. MXR entry price. I said the entry price is okay. At current price, 44 or 42 is fine. Yeah, currently 42. 42 is okay. If you see below that, fine. But stay patient. Follow whatever processes you use to determine your entry prices. Just do it. Goddy Emmy says, please, how can I track the share my dad bought in my name? Very simple. It's a SEC portal I will send to you. Send me a DM, I'll forward the link to you. Or give me your name, sir. Just type your name. And let me try for you here live. Goddy Emmy, can you confirm what your full name is? If your dad bought stocks for you in your name. Godwin Chukwemeka Nnamani, all right? Just hold it. Let's see if you have some unclaimed dividends first. Godwin. Okay, the three names didn't show up, so I'll share it. All right, I've decided to go with a search using Godwin Nnamani, right? And I'm seeing some. I'm seeing a lot of Godwin Nnamani, but I've not seen Chukwemeka as middle name. I've seen Godwin Okoye Nnamani. I've seen Nnamani Godwin Ede. I've seen Nnamani Godwin Onyekwere. I've seen, Nnamani Godwin Chibogu. Nnamani Monday Godwin. Nnamani Godwin Moses. Nweke Godwin Nnamani. Ejike Godwin Nnamani. Nnamani Godwin Alo. I've still not seen Chukwemeka Godwin Nnamani Odo. Godwin Okoye Nnamani. Godwin Obonna Nnamani. So then I'm saying Nnamani Godwin alone. So it's difficult because your middle name is not amongst those I have just checked. Jude Moore. Jude Moore is quick to ask, Coach, please check if I have unclaimed dividends. Okolie, Ozulonye, Jude. All right, let's see. Sometimes the middle name does not help. Okolie, okay. Okolie Ozulonye. Jude, let's see if it goes straight. Oh, there you go. Ozulonye Jude Okolie. You have Legacy Access Bank shares, which means you might have bought Intercontinental Bank, or Diamond Bank shares, which was acquired by Access. That's one. Then you also have Access Holdings, unclaimed. You also have Diamond Bank, unclaimed. You also have FCMB Group, unclaimed. You also have Union Bank, unclaimed. So everything that popped up here is for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Congratulations. Now you go ahead and look for a way to start claiming your unclaimed dividends and gather the stocks into your portfolio. If you have an Atlas Portfolios account, then you can go ahead to instruct Atlas to move your stocks from CSCS to your brokerage account so you can see them, feel them, and react accordingly. But first of all, this shows you have unclaimed dividends. As for Union Bank has been delisted, so it means I think Union Bank paid shareholders about 7 naira plus per share. Titan Trust Bank took over and paid off minority shareholders. So you can proceed to engage with their registrars so they can pay you off after paying you your unclaimed dividends for however long you have held, plus the payout, the number of shares times the 7 naira payout or so per share. So enough money to enjoy your Salah, just that it won't come before the Salah since the holidays are here already and the process can take some time. So maybe today is for Jude Moore. Congratulations, that's a good find. And then it will amaze you to know that some of you, your parents bought shares but you don't even know. There are some people even abroad now struggling to look for money, working hard for money, but they may not know that they've bought shares for them. And oh my God, this is amazing. This is how you can just get, and then you will now be thankful for having such parents who had such foresight. You see that? All right, everybody looking for Atlas. Atlas is here. First of all, Atlas, you are welcome. We have a lot of inquiries and queries. You need to help us to respond to this. Akudo Onyido could not still get her access to the account. Could you please advise?
Good afternoon, Coach. I'm checking for
It gets me
Akizi.
excited. I feel great when I see what belongs to you comes to you. No matter how long it has taken, God has orchestrated that our paths cross, and now we have found something that belongs to you. Hello, Atlas. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Coach.
We're glad to have you. We have a few comments about some people who made a withdrawal, but it hasn't reflected, and some who have been standing by 1 week or so, the account has not been confirmed.
It is well. We are working tirelessly. I think just 2 days ago now, CSS portal just got back to the usual state it used to be. And I think almost 70% details have been sent out. But for those who still have pending account opening, they can just send us a message where I will check. But I'm checking for someone here, Akibe. I'll respond shortly now.
Okay. Juliana Onyido, is that the name? Akudo Onyido. Sorry. Akudo Onyido. Can you check for Akudo Onyido, please? Akudo Onyido says she's been standing by for 1 week. Account open.
Darn, I'll check all of them right away.
Okay. MRX is not on Optimus. Unfortunately, that's the challenge that people will be facing right now regarding some of these foreign stocks. On Optimus, you may not see it. Hello, coach. I'm accumulating Northern Nigerian flour mill stock after you told us the stock is in limited supply. Austin down, all right? Good afternoon, coach. How can I get into this website so that I can also see also the stocks I have in the capital market? I have different CSCS numbers and one particular CHN number. Okay, just DM me to send you that. After the live session, I'll respond to all DMs. Coach, please check for my sister. She invested through a third party, but the person is not telling her anything. Her name is Mrs. Juliana Onyenuforo. While we're talking, that's why Juliana came out of my mouth instead of Onido. I did that search while Atlas was speaking, and indeed, maybe the person doesn't know what to do. In any case, Tau Menix, I have good news for your sister. There you go. Juliana Onyenuforo, Coronation Insurance. Juliana Onyenuforo, Legacy Access Bank, which means she must have bought either Intercontinental or Diamond Bank previously, both of which have been acquired by Access Bank. Juliana Onyenuforo, she still has Access Bank shares. Onyenuforo Juliana, FBNH, which is First Bank. Juliana Onyenuforo, Unilever Nigeria PLC. So she has unclaimed dividends in all of these companies. So tell her, even though her third party failed her, you belong to a community where your coach has found a way out. And it can be worked on from here. Just do me a DM for a follow-up. Thank you very much. Coach, me too. Mahosi Benoit. Benoit Tonon. I'm from Benin Republic. Okay, Tonon Benoit. Which name should I search with? Can I go with Mahosi Benoit? All right, let's see. Looks like a very good day for most people who need money that belongs to them stuck away somewhere. Mahosi Benoit. Oh my God. Mahosi, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Interesting stuff, isn't it? Good thing you asked. Mahosi Benoit turn on Lasaco Insurance, Legacy Access, Dangote Sugar Refinery, Unilever, EcoBank Transnational, Unilever again, and okay, that's it. Mahosi, there you go. Send me a DM. I will tell you what next to do. Good afternoon, coach. How can I get into the website and see all my investments and dividends? What website? The hell says I searched and saw my late dad's name. How can I confirm he's the one, coach? That's going to take a little bit of more discussion outside here. Send me a DM. For Akudo Onyido, registered name on the Atlas account is Ndubisi Onyido. Please check. Okay, hello Atlas.
Yes, coach, I'm with you.
Please also check for Ndubisi Onyido account opening registration. Ndubisi Onyido. Let us know. The listener is on Instagram, so they can hear you when you talk. So while you are at that,
Coach, I need the spelling of that other name.
Ndubisi Onyido.
All right, Ndubisi. NDUBUISU, right? Abby? Okay, all right, send. I'll check right away.
Yes. Could you kindly check my name? Is Oluwole Ogundeji. Okay. A lot of checks going on here. What we can do is
all of you trying to check because you won't end up checking for yourselves alone. If your family is into stocks, there is a likelihood that even your siblings must have. So while I'm still going to check, just send me a DM. Not on TikTok, it will be difficult for me. Follow me on Instagram, send me a DM that I should send the link for unclaimed dividend. So you can check for yourself, check for your parents, check for your friends, check for your mom. The idea is your money is sitting down there. Do you know how many billions of unclaimed dividend? I want to tell you. That's it. 204.
All right, account is ready, coach. Oyido is ready.
Okay, Onyido, if you can hear us, your account is ready. That's it. Thank you very much.
I'll send login details right away.
Okay, look out for your login details as well, Onyido. Congratulations. As at March last year, 215 is sitting there in the form of unclaimed dividends. So I'm happy if you finally find your way to claim yours. And we'll help people come into this live session and call in to tell us how, based on the instructions given here, unclaimed dividends started dropping. Somebody called that her father-in-law, which she did this for, started receiving alerts from the village and was wondering how to call her. I said, you are the best daughter-in-law in the world right now, in the eyes of that man. So, follow me on Instagram, send me a DM so I can send you the link to help check for your people. All of you must claim your money. It's yours. Okay? All right. Oluwole Ogundeji. What is your middle name? Do you have Sunday in your middle name? Oluwole, please confirm. Or you have Olatunde in your name? Please confirm. Response now. What's your middle name? Anyway, there is simply Ogundeji Oluwole First Bank. Ogundeji Oluwole Sky Bank. Oluwole Ogundeji Stanbic. Oluwole Ogundeji ETI. Oluwole Ogundeji EcoBank. So if you do not have a middle name, then those other ones bearing your name is it. All you need to do, send me a DM. I'll check. Because you are supposed to follow links on that page to fill in your bank details, submit to them, and hopefully they verify and credit you. So when you see them request for your BVN, don't be scared. It's your money. Go ahead. Jasmine says, what is your IG handle, coach? Okay, I'll type it afresh. IG handle at Wealth Coach Omiete. Search me out there. That's it. So, what US stock can we buy today? I've just mentioned that MRX for long term, buy it and leave it there. MRX, still go ahead and buy MSTR. It's retracing back up. It will soon get back to $400 per share. Then I mentioned okay, I haven't mentioned any more. If you have ACMR, keep it. Most of these stocks are all long term. Then Futu. Yes, the other day I mentioned Futu. Let's see what's with Futu. Futu is one stock to buy and hold for the long term. 104 already. Okay. Year to date 33%. Futu is a good stock to hold also long term based on the fundamentals.
Ladies and gentlemen, 5 minutes to go. Oh, somebody is screaming, Coach. What is it about? Tell me. Aya Otumba. Hi, I bought First Bank shares since 2008, but I don't know how to retrieve them. Open a stock brokerage account. Mayfair Apartments, if you can hear me. Open a stock brokerage account. Request that your stocks be dematerialized. Simple. That is if it was public offer. 2008 is quite a long time. It means you also have some of you who they bought stocks for, like Jude said, since 2006 or so. It means that you may also have some bonus shares apart from your dividends. So all of these things can be taken care of. Please, can you check Emmanuel Daniel, primed by Priscilla? Now you now agree with me that if you are not following me, you are losing money. You now agree, because some of you are going to discover that you would have lost this money, but it will now come to you. But that's not even it. The money you are going to be making going forward, following for the next couple of months and years, you will know truly that you were losing money when you were not following me. Please, can you check Emmanuel Daniel? Now, that name needs a middle name because a lot of people are answering that name. There is no way under heaven that you will have only one Emmanuel Daniel, because those are two very popular names. Look at that. All over the place. All over. Look at Emmanuel Daniel. All over. All over. Look at. So you need a middle name for me to be sure it's your Emmanuel Daniel. Okay? Eromonse is asking, do you have a coaching class? Yes, I do. Now, I need us to understand that coaching and mentorship are two different things. This daily live session, all my social media handles, including my YouTube channel, plus our Discord group, the Net Worth Investors Club, it's all mentorship platforms that things are done free. But I got people still insisting on one-on-one coaching, and that is why I now proceeded to start doing one-on-one coaching. Now, a tailor-made coaching program is organized on individual basis. The website is being developed already, but some people have already enrolled and are on it. That one has to be paid for because it's outside the free time I give, and this is purely for you. It's not cheap. Now, based on whatever duration you are able to, you are enrolled in that program and you are shown step by step and you are guided. And most of the things that before it comes in the public, you get to know and benefit. That's the way it works. So I don't know which one you are referring to now. If that is the one, that's paid for. But every other ones I have listed is free. My own way of giving back to the society, and you know what a sacrifice it is. 2 hours, Monday to Friday. It can only be by divine inspiration that I am able to do this. Ordinarily, I shouldn't, because I should have time to use the time to do much more, profitable things. But I know I am divinely led to do this, and I'm seeing the results, and I'm very happy that people are benefiting without being duped, because there are a lot of dupes all over the place. As I'm doing this now, some people are creating fake accounts with my picture and my name, going into people's DMs to lure them to bring in money. I will not come to you. If you see me follow you on any social media platform, know that it is one of those frauds and run away. It will be you who makes an inquiry before I start responding. I will never be the first to come to your DM to ask you to bring money or do anything, because it is not by force. I have a lot of inquiries I'm not even able to meet up, not to talk of going to individuals to ask them, have you invested in this? What I don't tell you in the public, I can't come secretly to come and tell you. So please, everybody, shine your eyes and be safe. Unfortunately, it's already 2 p.m. when our live session comes to an end. This is where I cannot go further today, and we have only tomorrow to continue this live session, because Friday and Monday is public holiday in Nigeria. And if I am not able to respond to you now, I'm sorry, my apologies. Tomorrow is another day, same time, 12 noon to 2 p.m. We do it again. But until then, I'd like Atlas to say their goodbyes, because I need to now take my leave. 2 hours for today, done and dusted. Atlas?
Yes, coach. Thank you, everyone. If we still have a pending transaction, as usual, please send us a message, send us a mail. We are working tirelessly, seriously. We are striving to make sure that we get all your account opened and every other inquiries being resolved. So please just send us a message. If you have done, send a reminder. We'll definitely attend to you. We will definitely. Coach, thank you for this platform. Not taken for granted. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Atlas. We too are not taking it for granted, because you could have left us high and dry after we open our accounts, but you've seen reason, and your wisdom of coming to always respond to us will not also be taken for granted. On behalf of everybody in this community and Network Investors Club, thank you very much. Stay blessed. For everyone who has been a part of this, I appreciate you for all your time, for making it a success, for sharing, for liking, for giving gifts. You are simply amazing. Let's do it again tomorrow, the last for the week, 12 noon to 2 p.m. same time, Nigerian time. Until then, this is where I say